There is a war on love and all things good, and it starts in heaven. It starts with the Most High, God, who has, sons and daughters, and he has a son who turns away from him, turns away from good and from love, and becomes a fallen angel. And he was good, and he was an angel just like all the others, and he was doing well, and they loved him. He was good with music and all things arts, and he was good. But somewhere along the way, he felt maybe neglected, or he felt like he couldn't have a proper connection with his siblings, and I think that he felt neglected from his father, and he decided to turn bad. And God giving rankings, proper rankings to all the angels, um, with how well you do and how good you are, and um, all that stuff. He stripped him of his title, and he now became a fallen angel, and he named him Lucifer, or I don't remember if Lucifer named himself Lucifer, but um, that's what happened. And after that, I guess he just kept going down and lower down, and to the point where you don't even recognize good anymore, right? And and the thing is, there was probably this jealousy between Lucifer and God, and well, Lucifer to God. I think he was jealous of him, and he wants the kind of power that God has. Uh, and so began this battle of good versus evil in the heavens. And um he's going around recruiting people to be part of his army, and whatever. And he lies to people, to saying that I'll give you eternal this, or I'll give you whatever you want. Like, I don't know what's important in heaven, right? So I'm not really sure exactly what he would promise those angels or whatever. But he did start the corruption in heaven. And he was a very powerful god, so he really had a lot of power already. And the Most High gives free will to everybody. That's what pure good and pure love is not to control people, it's to give them free will. And that goes for Lucifer too. He gave him free will just like everybody else. God doesn't take that away. So it began a war, and it's still going on, probably millions or billions of years later. And when God made man in his image on earth, Lucifer saw the prime opportunity to corrupt this world, because he had corrupted a bunch of other worlds before, and they had apparently this is our second war, our second galactic war. So the first galactic war, they destroyed a bunch of planets and stuff, and a lot of people on those planets who had turned to Lucifer and turned away from good. And so now, on the second galactic war, we are now like trapped souls here in humans. And I mean, I don't think it was meant to be that way, right? God and Lucifer, they experiment in their own ways. So God putting man in a body, putting a soul in a body, was really experimenting, and and that's fine, really. There's nothing wrong with experimenting. Just like here on earth, you experiment with, your imagination and creating things and inventing things, and you create with love, and you create all kinds of things, right? And this is what God does. He loves to create. He is all things creation. So God was just experimenting, and there's nothing wrong with that. He doesn't regret anything. I'm certain of that, because you shouldn't regret anything. Um, if if Lucifer came and corrupted us in this world, then that's just what happens, and that's just what we have to deal with next. But God's intention of putting us here in physical bodies was always just for, you know, taking things to the next step and spreading his creation, and of course, then Lucifer just took that opportunity to have his evil ways and his corruption be, put into a physical world, and he just loves it here, clearly, because he's taken over everything. And so that's really how things started on earth. And there's all kinds of things, I mean, about dinosaurs being Lucifer's creations, um, and certain animals. I don't know if all animals, but uh, because and I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly if man. I think obviously man was created after all these beings. So I think Lucifer maybe was experimenting here or something. I don't really remember all the details, but I will put the link below so you can read for yourself. But it's just to say that Lucifer and God have been here for a very long time, and we haven't really taken notice to that because we're so asleep because of Lucifer's infiltration in this world of ours, in this physical world of ours. And we've lost sight of our souls. Our souls are still here. It's the main thing that's here, but Lucifer has made it that through everything that we live here, even now, obviously through what we eat, through what we do, what we feel, and the things that happen around us, the events in the world, all those things are made so that we can stay asleep and not realize the truth, which is that we are spirits, we are souls here. And so when God made man in his image, he made it uh, so that we would be our souls, but in the image like of an angel, sort of like what you see here. Because angels are, in a way, their bodies, but they're like angelic bodies, right? And we don't have wings or anything, but he made man in his image here. So a body, it's the body of Christ, right? And I'm not sure you should really say all those names and those words, because who knows what means anything anymore. But if we just disconnect from religion, that's just the most important thing. But if you, all those things that they say, right, like the body of Christ, you are the body of Christ, you're the body of God. He made you in his image, but don't forget what you were before that. Don't forget what happened before that. You were a spirit, you were a soul, and you are a spirit before and after this life. So, before you're born, you're a spirit. And so we all have our lives here, and there's a lot that goes with that. But all of this to say that we are still in that war between the Most High and Lucifer. This is the war, and you're part of it. And you're really kind of piece in the game now. And to Lucifer, this is all a game for him. And he's loving it, because we're not aware. We're not aware of who we truly are. We are angels, we are spirits. We are not these bodies that we have been, made to believe that we are. We're not these bodies. Lucifer loves this physical world because he controls it, and because, people will believe anything, basically. Um, so he's taken advantage of God, and that's what he does. That's his game. Really, at the end, it's God versus Lucifer. It always is. And you see that in movies and everything. It's always God versus Lucifer. So you know that that's what is the most important here, is his battle with his greatest opponent. That's what he always really wants. And he wants to win. And he knows he never wins, or he'll never win. But the game is exciting for him. He loves this journey. And then when it comes to the end, his destination is to have maybe one final battle with God and with his angels. He loves that. And he'll be cast out, for 1,000 years or whatever. And he doesn't care, because he did what he wanted to do here. He succeeded with his evil plans, and he had fun. It was a good game. He loved it. And he'll do it all over again when he comes back. He's not coming back to good. I don't think so. But we can. We are not him. But he wants the same thing as God. He wants us to be in his image, right? He wants us to be evil just like him. That's his game. But remember, the hardest things in life are the things that are the most worthy, like the most the best things for you are the things that are the hardest for you to do. You know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, the best things in life come if you're good, and if you work hard, if you do your job, and if you realize what your true purpose is. But if you don't, you are going to go down just like Satan. Do you want to be like Satan? No. So then go out and find the truth, instead of following his lies and following the government, following his people. And his people are everywhere. Believe me, they are everywhere. And even people you don't think are his people. And it goes down pretty deep. So just be careful what you believe, and just remember what you truly are. You're a spirit, you're a soul, and that's the most important thing for you to be. Don't be your body, be your soul, and realize the times you're living in. It's very important that we wake up, because God needs us. He needs us to be warriors on earth for him. He needs us to be warriors of love and warriors of faith. Faith in ourselves, faith in others, faith in him, and warriors of good, positivity. So do that and you'll be good. Talk to you guys later.